Your entire reality is about to crack like a glow stick. You've been force-fed the spinning space marble lies since birth. Textbooks, movies, even your favorite sci-fi shows all chant the same script. But here's the question they're terrified you'll ask. Why does water stay flat as a pancake if the Earth's curved? Think about it. Oceans don't bend. Lakes don't arch. Even a spilled latte spreads in a straight line. But science says a ball Earth spins 1,000 miles per hour while magically keeping oceans glued? Right. And what about construction? Ever seen a surveyor account for curvature when building a bridge? Nope. They use flat planes and lasers. If the Earth curved, the Golden Gate Bridge would have collapsed before your grandma learned TikTok dances. Time to use your own eyes. The truth is hiding in plain sight, no PhD required. Grab a camera, a sunset, and a zoom lens. When the sun dips below the horizon, zoom in. Poof, it reappears. On a ball Earth, that's impossible. The sun's not setting, it's moving out of view on a flat plane. Still skeptical? Try this. Next flight, watch the horizon. It stays perfectly level no matter how high you go. Pilots don't adjust for curvature, they'd crash if they did. Shoot a laser over calm water. On a curved Earth, the beam should bend. Spoiler, it stays straight for miles. They say the moon reflects sunlight. Then why does it glow colder than moonlight? Check a thermal camera. It's self-illuminating like a giant nightlight. Ever wonder why satellites get lost during meteor showers? Because they're balloons. Literally. NASA's own patents admit to high-altitude balloon tech. Your iPhone has more power than the computer that landed on the moon. If your brain's doing backflips, smash that follow button. Tomorrow's video drops the one experiment that made a physics professor quit his job. It involves a pool, a garden hose, and a secret they've buried since the 1800s. Miss this, and you'll never know why oceans don't spill off the edge. Tap follow now before they delete this video.
One of the largest uninhabited islands in the world is Devon Island, and this island is in Canada. And what's interesting there is, despite the fact that it's uninhabited, NASA does have a base there. And I mean, you can just Google Earth this stuff and just zoom in, and what you'll see is that NASA has a small little Mickey Mouse base there. So when you zoom in, what immediately jumps out at me is the symbolism. Of course, it looks like from the sky, the Baphomet head. Everything these Masons do that control the narrative, they're always putting the symbolism in your face. So if you learn symbolism, you'll understand. And then if you keep an open mind and you really look at things, you're going to see it everywhere. So you see the Baphomet head symbolism right there, blatantly obvious. Now, this base, in my opinion, is created to fake Mars. All right, NASA says they're using this base because it's so much like Mars. It's very similar to Mars, the landscape. Okay, so what are they training there? As if that's gonna do anything that's gonna help? What they're probably doing there is taking photos and videos there and then pretending like they're Mars. I get dropped calls in Springfield, Massachusetts, though, during the day, but we're live streaming Mars footage from over 130 million miles away. Yeah, sure we are. This is a Masonic magic trick, and their symbols they're always leaving their symbols so that we know this stuff. I've been saying it for a long time. It's karmic relief. They tell you the truth to your face so that they can do whatever they want to you. Because they understand that every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. And if they are doing evil things to you, as long as they're telling you, the universe allows them to do it. You understand? It's up to you to pick up on the lies. It's up to you to learn the symbols. It's up to you to pick up on the signals. It's up to you. Now take a look at this. This is actually really cool because the symbolism even goes deeper, like on more of a cosmic level. Zoom out of Google Earth even more and look at where they put this base. The location also looks like it's kind of right on top of a natural looking Baphomet head built into the earth. I mean, this could just be, created by Google Earth, or this could just be coincidence. I don't know. But you know what? As above, so below. I don't know how this whole system works. I do know we're in an enclosed system. I do know there's a lot going on that we get lied to about. And I do also know, if you want to learn more, you can go right there. And this video is my opinion. I love you all.
Good evening. Aloha from Florida. So, these observations that people are making, proving that there is no radius of 3,959 miles on a globe that doesn't exist anywhere in reality. We have falsified the alleged radius of the Earth thousands of times. There is no R value. That's fact. You don't have to like it, you don't have to believe it, but that is the truth. The Earth is flat and there is no curvature. That's why there are millions and millions and millions of flat earthers. But two observations. One is, or observations, plural. The first group of observations are the relatively short distance, relatively low altitude. We have thousands of these proving there is no curvature on that 10 to 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 miles like the Chicago skyline. But those are all relatively short distances and they are all relatively low altitude. But those are more than enough to prove there is no radius to the Earth. The Earth is flat. But then another group of observations are high altitude, long distance infrared photography, especially from airplanes at 35,000 feet. Now those, some of them we can see 700, 800 miles at a time. No curvature. But why are there millions and millions and millions of flat earthers everywhere and growing every day? Because there is no curvature. Because the natural physics of a large body of water is to be level on its surface and need a container. Now on the land, people say, well, but it's not flat because we have mountains. Right, that's called topography. The Earth is an intelligently designed, enclosed, electrical, magnetic, topographical, stationary plane that we commonly call flat Earth. This is 2025. There's no debate. The Earth is flat. If you don't think so, then that just means you do not have enough information yet. You haven't done any research for yourself. So as a flat earther, I always tell people, don't trust me at all. Go out in the real world, make long distance observations for yourself, and you can figure it out for yourself. There is no curvature. Have a great day. God bless.
Guys, I got a ridiculous find for you today. So I just came back from West Palm Beach and I was doing some old world boots on the ground research down there. And I found an amazing thing here. So check this out. This is the former West Palm Beach courthouse, built between 1916 and 1917. Yeah, that's right. They claim this building was built in 1 year. How about that? Did you guys know that there was Greco-Roman buildings in West Palm Beach, Florida? Yeah, it doesn't really look like it belongs. You know, some people actually said this doesn't belong, and they literally tried to cover it up. You won't believe this. Check this out. So in the 1970s, despite strong opposition, they built a wraparound building that resembles a parking garage to literally hide this building. And it wasn't until 2004 that they decided to uncover it. Can you believe this? How about that? If you lived there between 1972 and 2004, you didn't know this building even existed. Guys, were they literally trying to hide our history? I think so. What do you guys think?
This might be the easiest way to prove the firmament is real, not just a belief, but actual science. Most people think the firmament is just a myth from old books. But what if it's real? What if it proves the flat Earth? Let's break it down super simple. There's a layer in our sky called the ozone layer. It's made of something called O3, a type of oxygen. Now here's the crazy part. O3 freezes solid at minus 420 degrees Fahrenheit. And space? It's even colder, around minus 450 degrees Fahrenheit. That means the oxygen way up there could actually be frozen solid like ice. Imagine a clear glass-like shield over us. That could be the firmament. And right below it, there could be liquid oxygen. Maybe even the waters above that ancient texts talk about. It fits. Then guess what happens? When it warms up, the frozen oxygen turns into gas, floats back up, and freezes again. Over and over. A never-ending loop. This creates a natural barrier, a shield, a firmament. Now think about this. What if rainbows aren't just from rain? What if we're seeing reflections off that glass dome above us? That would mean the firmament reflects light, like a giant prism in the sky. The flat Earth model says there's a dome above. This could be it. Ever noticed we never see a rainbow without water in the air? That's because the water shows us the hidden reflection, a rainbow bouncing off the firmament. It's not just light bending. It's a clue to the shape of our world, a clue to the flat Earth. This isn't random. It's nature trying to show us the truth. If this got you thinking, there's a lot more where this came from. Hit follow and dive deeper into the firmament, flat Earth, and everything they don't want you to know. This is for entertainment purposes.
I try to have bulletproof logic and make this simple and not look crazy because it can be easily taken that way. You know what I'm saying? This is a serious position and there's scientific and physical evidence of it. Literally mainstream media admits, well, Einstein admitted in relativity that a geocentric system is completely kinematically equal to a heliocentric system. They're both completely viable based on observational data. Actually, it only suggests that we are at the center of the universe based on observations of the sky, their movements, and the cosmic microwave background. So like this is the, like, if you understand like the mainstream talking points, like they're starting to say gravity doesn't even exist because it's not working on the quantum scale for so long. Like they're starting to say dark matter doesn't exist, which was how we reconciled relativity being off by 95% of galaxy cluster rotations. It's a joke. Once you actually physically stick your head in these books and realize the claims and try to verify the claims that are being made, you'll understand that modern astronomy is metaphysics. It's not science anymore. Anything else?
Yeah, just another question that pops up. Not necessarily just about flat Earth, but why do you think that they block you from going to the poles?
Because you would discover something that they're not claiming to be there. I think the North Pole is not just water. That's what they're claiming is there. It's just water. I would never say, obviously I don't know it's there, right? I explained to you earlier that we'd have to go there to say what's there. So I wouldn't say definitively what's there, but I think it's quite interesting that our ancestors were drawing maps like this as the North Pole with a magnetic mountain at the center. Obviously, I don't know if this is there. I would never tell you, you know what, man, this is for sure there. Let's go up there. Let's find it. I don't know it's there, but it's definitely interesting. We have multiple maps being generated by our ancestors from different cultures that, you know, they didn't have cell phones to talk to each other and stuff like that, where we have this.
Abortion is demonic, by the way.
Yeah.
Satan would kill God if he could, but he can't. So he kills babies because he knows it wounds the heart of the father.
Absolutely.
And causes chaos on the earth. You see, abortion is actually the sacrament of Satan. Because abortion says you must die so I can live. But Christ says, no, I must die so you can live. And chooses to enter human history in a uterus of all locations to redeem mankind from their sins. That's why it uses the same holy words. This is my body, but with the opposite blasphemous meaning. Do you think it's a coincidence that the central phrase of the entire abortion industrial complex and the culture of death today are the same words of our Savior at the First Communion, this is my body? And because Planned Parenthood is not only the largest abortion provider in the world, they're the largest provider of transgender drugs. They call both of those mutilations health care. Did you know this? What do they call transgender surgeries? Gender affirming. What do they call abortion? Reproductive. Right. They call them both health care. And so if they can't get the babies in the womb, they'll get them outside the womb. They defend both practices using bodily autonomy arguments. This is my body. Yeah. It is not a coincidence that the argument for abortion is quoting the words of our Savior.